Hey guys, welcome to Self-Defense for Vegans part 2. You guys liked the previous part, so I thought I'll give you my top 5 tips, top 5 secrets when it comes to self-defense for vegans, or frankly, every other person out there. But it's special for vegans. Are you ready? So let's hit it. Guys, this is the most scientific and data-backed way you can defend yourself or your loved ones if you ever get in that situation. So number one is don't drink alcohol, don't drink booze. Whenever, like, if you take a look at the data, a lot of violence-related crimes are linked to the consumption of alcohol when it comes to the offender, and the consumption of alcohol when it comes to victims. And if I think back to the times when I got into some fun fights when I was a little bit younger, was linked to alcohol. I was usually always load drunk. So one of the best ways actually that you can prevent getting into a street fight and using the tactics, and I'm gonna show you afterwards, is to simply do not drink alcohol. Don't go to nightclubs or don't go out after 2 a.m. Now this sounds like a real grandpa advice, but hear me out. The reason why most people are actually going out, like most men especially, is to get late and to forget their daily lives. Which means usually the time between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is usually when the chances are still high to get late, and when the rate of forgetting is also high. But after 2 a.m., and I've studied this, trust me guys, after 2 a.m. when you're going out, a lot of people are starting to get frustrated because they're not gonna get late. The man to female ratio kind of changes, so most men get like really frustrated because they didn't get late at night. After 2 a.m. they start to get aggressive because they're reminded of their daily chores again, and they're reminded that this isn't really working. The escape that they're doing right now isn't really working. And ask every one of your friends or every one of your troublemakers, the most fights start at 2 a.m. in the morning. These are the 2 most effective things how you can actually prevent the whole scenarios here from happening. And remember, all the tips that I'm gonna show you right now, use them only in your last resort. And so the third tip actually is to know the distance between you and your opponents. And while training in martial arts is not the exact same thing, let's say Thai boxing is not the exact same thing as the action on the street, it really helps you doing 2 things. It helps you get a feeling and how it feels like when you get a punch in your face. And this is no one can really describe that feeling once you see your nose getting that good blood in, okay? One thing, it helps you know the feeling and how it feels like when you get punched in the face. Another thing, it's actually what I'm gonna show you right now. I don't want you to punch yourself in the face, is to just know the distance between you and your opponent. And this is actually when it gets tricky. This is actually when your spidey senses need to tingle in. For example, when an opponent gets close to you at this distance, he's in your punching distance. Okay, especially if they turn their hips in, okay? They turn their hips in, they're even here in punching distance. And once you get into that distance, you need to be especially careful. Why? Because there could be a guy that is psycho and is not into an argument with you, he's just looking to get some good punches in. And I see in the clubs, I see guys going in like this. Do you have a problem? Do you have a problem? And this is very freaking stupid. Because let's say the other guy is not prepared. It's not on his spidey senses. Elbow. The other guy is done. So you need to be aware when your opponent is in standing distance. And when he is in standing distance, what you should do, number 4, is to keep your hands up like this. There's actually 3 reasons why you need to do this. First of all, it prevents your face from sudden attacks. If you go like this, you can you can defend yourself if he would attack suddenly. Number 2, it de-escalates the situation. It's like, hey, come on, take it easy. Number 3, it helps you especially when someone is filming the situation. For example, there's a huge difference between the position like this, hey, take it easy, the position like this. You know, the punching position. Like this one, we get you in jail. This one is like, oh, this guy's trying to de-escalate the situation. And most fights, especially in the clubs, actually get filmed. So just get into this position, put your shoulders up to defend your chin, and go like this. Hey, take it easy. And when you see it doesn't work, like you can even make some steps back to get out of the punching distance. It also helps you to, if it really hits the fan, to get those open net punches in. As simply as that. Number 5, and this is when it really hits the fan, is you always need to make sure that you bite your teeth. The punches that will really knock you out is the punches that you will not see coming. For example, let's say you walk down the street and suddenly there's a guy coming in. Oh, this guy looks... Oh, ay, bam. This is a punch that will knock you out. Why? Because you didn't see it coming. And what you need to do when really hits the fan, you bite your teeth. You bite your teeth. Why? Because this... No. And why biting your teeth helps you is actually because it clenches your jaw muscles, and this decreases the torque, the effect on your spine when you get a punch. Let's say you get a punch with an open mouth, looks like this, okay? So your mouth turns easier. If you get a punch like this, it's harder to turn your mouth. Okay, and it's also less likely that you break your jaw in the meantime. So these were the 5 tips that you need to know when you get into a street fight. First of all, don't drink alcohol. Second of all, don't go to a club after 2 a.m. Nothing good happens after that. Number 3, know the punching distance. Number 4, use your hands to defend your face and then calm down the situation. And number 5, clench your jaw. Clench your jaw to prepare for the worst. Okay guys, if you like this video, click the like button down below and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Plus, if you want to get coached in the most professional way, go to qualitygains.com. We help vegans sculpt muscle and burn fat in the most efficient and sustainable way. I put the link down in the description. Okay guys, see you next time. The mission of this YouTube channel is to put veganism across the goal line. If you want to help us achieve that, like and subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Let's make food production great again.